I have spent a lot a lot of time trying to re-record this video. And honestly, every single attempt there was a different message I was trying to convey. But I think naturally what I'm trying to convey is probably what every teenager feels right now. Or maybe not what every teenager feels right now, but I think what most teenagers would eventually feel, where you're at a state of anxiety, where you're quite lost in life, where you just don't know what to do. Actually, maybe not even teenagers. Maybe maybe like just no matter what age you are. I think there's a point where you feel that we're lost and we don't know what to do. I think for me in general, it comes from the fact that I don't really have much liberty at this age, right? Where um I'm supposed to spend a lot of my time in school. Do as best as you can in school. Like, get all A's. This Asian mindset, this expectation that we have, it's coded in our genes. And honestly, I'm not that guy. You know, I've been feeling quite down lately. I just took a test on my health app on my phone, and my anxiety level is at the highest possible, right? I don't really want to make this a yap because I think a lot of people maybe have been through the same where you just don't know what to do in your life, right? And we've heard the same thing in general is because we are overwhelmed by so many things that's happening in life. There's just so much work to do. Like, especially true for me now. I have to balance my academics, which plays a it takes a lot of like school just lasts so long, and I'll be real, a lot of it is quite unproductive. And what is taught inside school itself, like, it's just I feel like I don't really see how this is gonna be potential for me. I enjoy learning facts. I enjoy learning more things that enhance my life. Well, it doesn't necessarily need to enhance. Like, I'm just a really quirky guy in general. You can call me somewhat of a nerd, where I just want to know as much about this world as possible. But at the same time, I'm not a school nerd, right? I think the way that it teaches you information is quite ineffective because instead of teaching you information, it teaches you how to answer exams. And these are two different things, which is why I generally just disagree with school as a whole. And that's one part where I feel that my life has been, quite going down lately. And I have a lot of interests that, I want to do, right? And it just seems quite unfair that I need to do for some things that the things I don't like first as the biggest priority, things that takes the most of my time, things that, I can't change school hours, but I still need to go to school. And that leaves very little time to do what I really want to do. And people may say, but I bet you procrastinate, right? Like, yeah, sure, I do. But at times I feel that what I do in school gets overwhelming to the point where that's why I procrastinate. That's why we procrastinate, right? There's too much stuff. It makes us feel overwhelmed, and you want to break through procrastination. That's human nature. And low key, I'm kind of lost. The direction I want to shape this video again. But oh yeah, I somewhat remember. So that's how I currently feel right now. That's what a lot of teenagers may feel right now, where we're just lost. There's no sense in life for the state we're currently in. I'm not a young adult. I don't know, but maybe an adult is different. Like, yeah, you have liberty, but then there's things like money, which you need to worry about. Things like uh how you're gonna get your next meal, how you're and your job as well. That's concerns, right? That's also a part of, like, you have liberty, it's just not there. Like, technically I'm a human, I have liberty too. I can just not attend school if I wanted to, but that's with repercussions as well. That's the thing about an adult, you get repercussions as well. Yeah, so I think generally everyone feels lost in their life sometimes. But me specifically, I feel that um I feel lost in the sense that I really have no direction right now. And um I know what I want to do in life. No, actually, yeah, I should rephrase that. I have a sense of direction of what I want to do in life. It's just that the environment I'm in isn't really encouraging, and that causes a lot of anxiety. That causes a lot of mental issues within you. Like you feel really down because it feels like virtually no one supports you. And I know people come and say that, oh, I'm a supportive friend or whatever. I have friends who are like that, but it's mainly about the environment which you can't change, which really hope we can change one day. And I'm trying to figure out ways to change, because at least the school environment I'm in is virtually just an environment that teaches you lessons through the most, it basically bullies you to make you stronger. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad way to teach. That is a way to teach people, lessons in life. But I'll say the greatest lessons I've learned was, I spent 2 years in international school in Shanghai. Those were like literally the best 2 years of my life. I loved it. It was great, right? Your carefree days. I was like 7 and 9 at that point. I mean, I'll say, right. I've been to kindergarten before, right. I virtually joined that time in international school more because it was really supportive. Like afterwards, I came back to Malaysia. I went back to a private, sorry, not private, government school, and it was just a really unsupportive environment, survival for the fittest, and no one really cared about you. It was really strict. International school was really different. Everyone was just so supportive, so kind. Even in such a diverse environment, there was so many different, people from so many different nationalities. It was great. So much learning could happen. Those are where I learned probably the best lessons of my life, and just so many. But now I'm in school, right? Um, I am learning a lot of life lessons from all of this hardships that I'm going through right now. And is it making me stronger? Maybe. Well, I hope it is. For now, not really. I'm still kind of stuck in my life, but um, but I'll say I'm still trying to figure out my way how to wiggle through all this, and this is one way, just yapping. But sometimes I wonder if it was ever is that should it ever be this way? I have a lot of disagreements with the education system, right? It's just bad in general. There's a lot of different ways you can improve it. A lot of different ways you can reform. Actually, a lot of different ways you can start a revolution because of how bad the current status quo of education is. Well, one part of general is this, where it's so bad that in a way that it teaches you lessons from being bad, where it shapes your character, it makes you stronger, right? As I've said, it's a good way to teach, in my opinion. But I also have to consider about the many people who have experienced through this very same education system who didn't succeed through it. And society might say, oh well, oh, these are the people we want to eliminate, these are the people we want to do jobs that don't have this pressure that they need, so we can give the opportunities to people who can survive better, survival of the fittest, right? But as I've said, we can always make a very inclusive environment, an environment where we can always be supportive. And I think generally that can also teach you how to overcome the many problems within life as well. Because support is what we need. No, support is not what we need. It's not what we need sometimes. It's what we always need, right? So I'm just thinking about the many people who are in the current situation as me, where life is throwing you a lot of lemons, and for now I'm going to school, and then the very place I spend the most of my time in is the place where the hellscape mainly exists. I know it's hard to change society to make it so that, you know we can support everyone, where it can be sunshine and rainbow. Like there's a literal market. No, it's not a literal market. It's like a jungle out there where everyone is trying to compete for the best. I understand that, but within schools itself, right? It's like it gives us a taste of society when we're so young, and many people are clueless on what to even do in the first place. And I just feel as if there's so many lost potential because of people like me who are currently stuck and don't know what to do. And I feel bad for a lot of these people because it's a lot of potential wasted, right? And yeah, it's now that I, really think about it, it's really, sad to realize that we could change, we could reform this, we could change it, we could create more talent, but we choose not to because we're scared to change the status quo, even though we know that the education system itself is not the most ideal, right? I'll probably make another video on my on why I think the education system is just bad. I've kind of rambled on today as well, but I think the main takeaway of this video is that you know a lot of times um there are areas that we can change in life, that we can make it better for everyone, that just doesn't exist yet. School is an example. I understand why it could be designed this way, but at the same time, there is definitely a better way, right? So move away from making this place, from making school a place where you learn about societal values, and make it a place where it's more supportive instead. I think that'll create a better society. What do you think?